But geez, okay. But yeah, it's like, oh boy, that's not good. Well, hopefully they find some more information out, and hopefully they can get power back to more people. Because I think that would be a very important thing to do, for sure. Yeah, they should have backup generators. Should. Doesn't always mean they do. Yeah, they do. Well, yeah, but the good, like, if they're a good and they're well maintained um, generator, they should be able to go at least 2 to 3 days. They should be able to. Is the like what I understand of like good, uh, but at the same time, you never know because there's no guarantee they were well maintained and stuff, so they could have issues and break down. So let's hope they don't, and they can keep going until they get this power situations fixed. Yeah. Um. Some of the hospitals. There's a story about a hospital in Chicago, in the United States, um, where they didn't check their generators. Like they didn't maintain their generators, and they had a horrible snowstorm, and all like half of the generators didn't work. So they had to move a huge amount of their patients from one side of the hospital to the other because the other side of the hospital had power. Talk about insane. Yeah. So they had to move the patients that needed to be put like be on power and stuff and to the other side of the hospital because of that. And basically, I think they got fined. Like the hospital got fined by by the mayor or the government or whatever about not maintaining the their I can't remember, but like they got in trouble basically. Because I think they had a couple people die because they didn't have efficient power to run whatever the machine was that they needed to keep that person alive. Yeah, yeah, and I think that's what they got in trouble for because I think a couple patients died who were like on ventilators or other things like that. So, yeah. Yeah, I think they got fined for not like making sure that their generators were operational or replaced because they had one that was completely broken, and they knew it was completely broken from the winter previous, and they never replaced it or did anything to fix it. And they're like, "Oh, no big deal. We have like 6 others or whatever." Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm like, I just like, I read the article and just shook my head because it was just like, seriously, why are you so dumb? I understand, like the fact that they don't have a lot of funding and blah blah blah. But you think you would at least try to make sure you had the things that you need to make sure other people, like the patients, are safe. Because I think there was another article about the same thing where a nurse basically fell down the stairs and broke her leg or something because she couldn't see. Because not even the emergency stair lights were working. That too, and the fact that they were a little bit being stingy on their budget, going, "Oh, we don't need that. They're fine. We don't need to make sure those are all operating just in case we have a power outage." Even though we live in we live in a city where we get really bad storms, especially snowstorms, because of the stupid uh, what's it called, lake effect. Because they get the effect makes snowstorms much worse than there would be otherwise. And you'd think, duh, that like you should be able to you should like think about that. But no, of course not. And I think someone lost their job, like because they were supposed to be maintaining, like checking and maintaining those things, and they weren't. So I think someone lost their job too. But things. I understand it being expensive to fix and maintain um, certain things, but like it's kind of like, instead of like basically just being prepared would be a better idea than not. Yeah. And I think there's a whole investigation going on about that too. Like the governor's office is actually like investigating it too. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with that, if I remember right. And the bad part is there's probably other hospitals that have the same problem in other states. And it's just like, you're not going to do anything about that, are you? Which is a terrible thing to know about. You would hope that your hospitals would be able to maintain that stuff. It's basically what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, it's not going to happen where it happens multiple times a year. But no, it's not going to happen to us. Sometimes it's done out of pure, like, stupidity. Other times it's like someone actually is like, I dropped the ball. My bad. And I understand the whole not having enough money to do something. But you at least try to figure out ways to fix things. thought for sure I had gotten that, but okay. Yeah. I know, and it's like the worst part is like knowing that sometimes like their funding gets cut, and so they can't even like they don't make enough, they don't have enough to fix the thing they need to fix, which is like even more messed up. The bishop. Right, okay. It glows blue. I have it set up so it glows blue. See the blue? And you can change the colors, of course. Because, like, yeah. And it's like, doesn't help that the government sometimes gets in the way of stuff. Court door handle. Not these ones, so one of the other ones. Yeah. Alright. Hinge. Yeah, well, it's kind of experience too. Because I've been playing this game for a couple months actually. So I'm kind of a little bit better at like knowing what to do. And the other thing is this game is really finicky. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Maybe. Well, here, let me try something else. Oops, that's not it. Is the red a little bit better? Because there's red. Can you see that? Because if you can't, we could try a different color. We could try pink. I hate pink, but we could try pink. I went with neon green because neon green's like really bright. Let me show you. Neon green. Is that better? Yeah, I was doing neon green for most of the time because it was bright enough, and it didn't always mix with the yellow and oranges because sometimes the yellow and oranges are really hard to like see because the original color that they were using for everything was literally literally like yellow or orange. So basically when you had something that was yellow, orange on yellow could not see it for all give up. And it was like, oh god, I had to change it because I struggled to see.